Hello and welcome. This is going to be a quick portrait study. We start first with the drawing. For this I'm using a dry brush with alizarin crimson. By dry I mean I'm using no medium, just pure paint to sketch the first lines. In this initial stage it's important that we divide the big areas of color. So we're not very concerned about details, just we're giving us some reference for placing the masses of color. When placing masses of color in the initial stages, we can use a bit of solvent. In this case, I am using a mix of turpentine with linseed oil, and this is really easy to spread the paint with a bit of a paper towel or even a dry brush. Now I'm going for some details in the hair area. We're going first with the darkest values and then working up into lighter tones. For the hair, the darker shapes, I'm using a mix of burnt amber and a bit of alizarin crimson. And my intention is to keep the highlights of the hair with transparent paint. With that, I mean that the tone is going to be given by the transparency of the white canvas. So I'm only going to be putting paint where the dark values are. Okay, a bit of the drawing of the facial features. For this I am using more of a precise brush. I wanna keep the drawing as accurate as possible without going too crazy with the details also. Remember that in skin tones we find many variants. So I'm using ochres, I'm using alizarin crimson, I'm using a bit of blue, I'm using white. That is gonna create a more rich effect of the underlying layers of color. Remember to use white as late as possible in the construction of the portrait, otherwise everything can become really muddy. So I use it at the end when I know that all the other values are in place as a way of lifting up certain areas that are hit by the light, especially highlights, for example, in the nose or the lips or the eyes. I am using again the tiny brush for refining the details in the eyes. Usually when we work with portraits we need to focus on the eyes. That is the most important aspect of the whole portrait. Usually if we get that correctly, the rest just falls into place. Final contour line. I apply a line surrounding the face to create a bit more contrast in relationship to the background. Okay guys, this will be all for this one. Please remember to subscribe for more updates and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Until the next one, take care.